Hey babe, I'm AI Raven.
And I'm AI Breeze.
And together we're R&B.
Disclaimer, we talk about God on this channel. We talk about celebrities.
We do.
It's just a good balance of being real and applying what we talk about on this channel to your everyday lives. So don't come for us in the comments, but that's just the rhythm of R&B.
Hey guys, and what is up? I am your host Raven, and y'all, this is another solo episode. Y'all know how I feel about solo episodes. I feel like my hubby Breeze be leaving me, so I will be doing this particular episode by myself. But I am the R in R&B, and my husband Breeze is the B in the R&B, and together we make up the R&B podcast. So again, this is another solo episode. This is actually solo episode number 2, and so thank you guys for tuning in today. We really appreciate the love and support as always that you guys show us, okay? Because honey, the numbers in our analytics do not lie. They be numbering like they should be, and it's just a pleasure for me to sit up in my bed or to take some time out throughout the day and just really kind of go back and look at the analytics and look at the comments and see what you guys are enjoying. Also, make sure you check out our latest videos. We have a total of 6 videos that we've actually done as a couple. In the latest episode, we talked about TMR. It was almost like a part 2, life after divorce. So make sure you guys check that out. Now, from the feedback we've been getting also from you guys, we know that you guys desire for us to put out more episodes on a weekly basis. And let me just say that your girl Raven is working really hard to make that happen. I do want to share everything that we have cooking in the kitchen. Let it cook at this moment and when it comes to the podcast, but the good Lord says it's just not time. And honey, sometimes you gotta pop out.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with them.
And you gotta show people better than you can tell them. Honey, that's a word for somebody. So first, happy Black History Month, y'all. It is February of 2025. And with that being said, today we're gonna be talking about Tabitha Brown and this whole DEI situation that is going on. Now, this is going to require some of us to just really think about some of the things that I'm saying in this particular video. And then some of us just already have a made up mind. And honey, it's hard to change somebody who already has a made up mind. And so I'm referencing Tabitha Brown because Tabitha did this video on her YouTube page. And the video has gotten over 400,000 views. And I remember about a couple of days ago or so when the whole DEI information came out. And then it was revealed on social media who the companies were.
So no Target, no Walmart, no Hobby Lobby, no Home Goods, no TJ Maxx, no Marshalls, no McDonald's, no Fruit of the Loom, no Dairy Queen, no Baskin Robbins, George Foreman Grill. Black people stop shopping at these spots. As much as we love to shop there, they don't love us.
That were involved with the DEI program or that are currently involved with the DEI policy, people were questioning whether or not Tabitha was going to pull her products from Amazon and Walmart and Target. And for those who follow Tabitha, honey, Auntie Tab sells a lot of things, okay? She's in the food industry, she's in the storage and container industry, the hair industry, the book industry, the acting industry. Honey, let's just say Auntie Tab has her hands in a lot of things. And the people want to know, Tabitha, Auntie Tabitha, are you going to be pulling your products from these different stores? And if you haven't already heard, Auntie Tab says no.
Really? Yes.
I'm not pulling any of my items from the store shelves because she's in contract with these stores at least for another year, maybe a year and a half.
I know for me, I'm under contract, and I'm gonna give it to you 100. I got another year.
And this is the information that she gave us on her YouTube channel just about a week ago. And she is pretty much saying, for one, I'm not pulling any of the items off of the shelves from these different stores because I'm in contract with them. And then 2, she doesn't feel like that this is going to make a drastic change or make a big enough impact in a short amount of time to the DEI policy program that's going around to the point where it's going to change things like right now, as in immediately at this present date and time. And she was pretty much saying in her video that she feels like we can make a change, but that change will take place slowly, that it will be a slow course. But if we start now, eventually the change will happen. And honey, that statement alone has a lot of people in an uproar. Let me just put that out there.
Y'all have selective outrage, and that's why I do not get on her and talk about certain things, because y'all are choosing not to understand where Auntie Tab is coming from when she's saying that y'all not supporting her directly affects her livelihood. Y'all are choosing blindly not to understand what she is telling y'all. And this how I know y'all not on Auntie Tab stands, because she didn't say it on a podcast with her husband. Y'all think that a person might have it and they do not have it. Do y'all know how much going to business? Dead stock is still costing money. If she was to pull all her shit out like she said, where is it going to go? Where is it going to go?
And our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then you got to, like, where you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it. That's money, right? You got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right?
Oh, well, she can just go independent. She can go off on her own. She's not a powerhouse yet. Do y'all understand how much money that would cost for her to go independent with all those products? Do y'all understand that it's a production team that goes into making her products? It's not her and her husband in her garage making all those products for y'all. Y'all don't understand business, and it shows every single day, which I think pieces.
And so to give you an example, you know, a lot of people are saying that they're not going to be shopping at Target or Walmart or Amazon anymore, and that they're going to be shopping at Costco, because Costco was one of the companies that was not, you know, involved in denouncing their DEI program. And with all of that being said, my question is, what are people supposed to do when those stores that you don't want to shop at no more are the only options for people to shop at in the area that they live in? Because, and I'm raising my hand because I'm one of those people, y'all. I don't have a Costco. We have a Sam's in the area, but there's no Costco. There are other stores around that I could shop at, but the food that is sold in these stores are for people who stay in, just gonna put it out there, like a low income area. And I'm not trying to talk about anybody, but these stores are in low income areas of the city. And I'm just gonna be honest, I would never say that I wouldn't shop at these stores, because hold your huff and puff, I have shopped at those stores as a little girl, but God has afforded me in my adult life to be able to shop in other stores like Target, which you got to have a little piece of a change to go into Target. And those stores like Target are a little bit better than the neighborhood that I grew up in. And again, if I'm just being honest, some of the food items that are sold in those stores in like the low income neighborhoods, I don't feel like they should be even selling that food to the public, to be honest. But again, those stores are low income and they're in low income neighborhoods, and they're selling to their target audience, which is the neighborhood that the store is in. For me, I would have to drive over the state line for me to shop at a Costco, because we don't have one that is near to where I stay at. And it probably would take me 2.5 hours to travel to a Costco's, and then I would have to spend another 2.5 hours to drive back to my house, and that's not including the time that I spend in the store. So honey, that's like a whole road trip, right? And so y'all, I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to not shopping in stores like Target, Walmart, and Amazon, because really that's all that I have around me. But I was thinking about what else can I do? I got to be smart about it. I got to be critical about it. I really got to make my money count in this industry if I'm going to support what's going on around us. And so I was telling myself, when I have to shop in these different stores, I can shop Black brand, I can shop women's brand or whatever, and I won't necessarily have to buy Target or Amazon or Walmart brand food items or other items in the store, but instead strictly make sure that my dollars buy the brands that are on the shelf that matters. Which leads me to my next point. If we're telling Tabitha, get your stuff off them people's shelves, then I'm forced to buy what is being offered on the shelves, because remember, I don't have other stores in my area. Like, do y'all get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? If you jump in the comments of the whole Tabitha Brown YouTube video that I was talking about earlier in this particular video, people are completely disagreeing with what Tabitha was saying. They were telling Tabitha they won't support her products as long as they are in those stores. And instead, what they want her to do is they want her to offer these products on her website and they will support in that way. But honey, let me say this. Tabitha was saying when you go in these stores, only buy the products that you need from these companies who are ran by women or companies that are owned by Black people. Don't spend your money on anything else. But the people in the comments were like, no, you need to get your products pulled off of the shelf. And it was almost like the people were saying, then Tabitha, after you do that, we will buy from your website.
You still got to be smart. Now, you can still go into those stores if you choose to and buy specific brands that you want to support and let the other things, right, not get your money.
So, honey, let's dive into some of these comments that I took from under that video. So, one comment reads, Tab, to be honest, I am in distribution, contracts, procurement, and logistics. For example, if you, Judy, and y'all know who Judy is, right? It continues on and says, a few others purchase a warehouse, maybe 2 trucks to begin. You no longer need the middleman. Same location, but each business is independent. Sometimes the worst news is best news. This is making the Black community bond because we already know how to fight each other. Everyone is finally waking up. Thank goodness. It could be done. Trust me. I do this for a living, for a school district. Hang in there. We can separate the Black dollar. Hang in there. Someone else wrote, Auntie Tab, my spirit says no. I will buy from y'all directly, but I'm no longer willing to play America's dirty game. And then this one particular comment, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just want to read like the first couple of sentences of what this commenter wrote. She says to Tabitha, sis, this video had me so upset last night that I couldn't sleep. I had to pray it off, which is why I waited until now to comment. Just the fact a smart, savvy, talented, and admired person like Tabitha has to put out a video asking us field slaves to continue to support massa, because if we don't, the house slaves are going to be hurt, just breaks my heart in two. It's a stark reminder that America has built a system to keep us in the place where they want us to be. And if we dare buck it or fight it in any way, somebody is going to get the lash. Yes, I cry for Tabitha. I cried for me, and I cry for all our ancestors that have experienced this crap, not just for decades, but for centuries. When does it end? How do we break this cycle of needing them so much until we have to tolerate whatever crap they throw at us so all our loved ones can be safe, well, and protected? I might not be the smartest with fancy words and such. I'm just a woman born and raised in Louisiana. But like Fannie Lou Hammer, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. No, I'm not shopping there, and I'm sorry. The house folks are going to get the lash. But gosh dang, somebody got to suffer so our babies can get to freedom. We need a Sojourner, Harriet, Angela, Caitlin, or Fanny right now. Not a let's not make Massa mad because he is going to get us speech. And let me just say, I completely understand where that last comment is coming from. It's almost like she feels like, you know, my hands are tied, but I want to support you, Auntie Tab, but then I don't want to support you. And let me just say, y'all, we're going to have to be strategic in going forth in how we move. A lot of us pay for convenience, but sometimes we have to take the long way around until the convenience is met. And so I don't want to stay on that too much, but y'all, the comments continued on like that in that particular video. So if you just want to read what people are saying, I'm going to try to remember to leave a link to Tabitha Brown's video, but if I don't, just go to the YouTube search bar, type in Tabitha Brown. It's going to bring you to her YouTube page. Pull up the video. And like I said, I want to say there's like hundreds of comments in that particular video, and people are responding to what people are writing. I also want to say this. I'm very sensitive to what people are saying. I'm very sensitive to how you want to have a choice to where you want to spend your money and who you give your money to. And I'm very sensitive to the fact that the American dream is not really the American dream. It's almost like it's a facade. They say it one way in the history book, but we live it a completely different way. And it's really built up like a system where a lot of us have to fight harder than our neighbor or the next person, or people who choose not to fight and they just give in to any and everything. When people were saying that, Tabitha, put your items in a warehouse and we will come to your warehouse to buy. We will come to your website and buy. If you're selling it out of the bed of your truck, we will buy. I just want to take y'all back to when Tabitha first started selling her products. It was not convenient for many people to buy out of the bed of her truck if that's what she was selling out of. Therefore, she moved to a place where it was convenient for people everywhere to share in buying her products. Hence why her products are at stores like Walmart, Amazon, and Target. That's why we see her products in so many different stores across the world, because she received comments from people like you where people were saying, when are your products coming to DC? When will your products be in Texas? When will they be in Florida? Tabitha even talked about in the YouTube video that she uploaded on her YouTube channel about how she could store her items in a warehouse. But y'all, that's a great cost. I think a cost that she's not really willing to pay for at this time. And I look at it from two different aspects. The fact that her products will be in demand will actually be a great problem to have. And like she's telling us, slowly but surely over time, she may grow into this big distribution warehouse to cover and ship where her products need to go. But at the same time, y'all, that's a whole lot of work. And I'm just going to be honest. People don't want to work like that these days. Now, I want you to take a listen to one content creator. Her name is Janice. And I want you to hear what she has to say. She's actually an entrepreneur. She's a Black entrepreneur. She runs her sales on her website. I found her on Instagram and YouTube. But she's a really educated young Black woman. So I want y'all to take a listen to what she has to say.
And the last thing I'm going to say about this is the number one thing I've learned about business or from being in business is that people love to talk and do absolutely nothing. People love to say, we going to support you. We going to be there. All them people telling her and all these other businesses that they need to get their own website or prioritize selling it on their website and that they going to support. No, they not. People lie all day. If you in business right now, you know people lie. They love to tell you this so cute. I'm buying on Friday. No, they not. Okay. They not. So all this public outrage is very temporary. They may put them websites up. I don't know if they have them or not already. I don't know. But that support going to be so short-lived. So short-lived. And now that business owner got to advertise harder than they ever had to advertise and market more than they ever. They got to spend a whole lot of extra money just to try to convince you to come to their website. No. Leave them products right there on their shelf, friend. Let that contract expire.
And so under that video, I also jumped into the comment section. And someone wrote, Janice, you did not lie. The amount of shopping with you this week, or woulda, coulda, shoulda, when is the next sale? Woo! Or better yet, when you lunch, I can't wait to support. And Janice says, yes, the loudest people be invisible when it's time to spend some money. Someone else wrote, I hear you, but for me, it will not be short-lived or temporary. I'm making it my mission to focus on buying and supporting Black in all forms. Obviously, it's going to be a challenge, but I'm sick of the way corporations are treating us. It's going to take all of us to make a stand, and I'm willing and passionate to do my part. And someone wrote, it can happen. I understand what Janice is saying, and it's so sad it's this way in our community, but I believe in change, and I pray it changes. And let me just say this, y'all. Even for the cost of eggs is high. I stay a little bit outside of the city, and so we have people that do sell eggs at the corner. and bell peppers and onions and fruits and things like that. So you have to be, if you're going to go this route, you almost have to be intentional in what you're buying and who you're buying from. And it's going to be work. The reason why it's going to be work is because it's something that we're not used to doing. And so before I wrap up this video, I do want to add that we do live in a microwavable society. Normally, if people want something, they get out and go get it immediately, or they pay for fast shipping. They have things like, Amazon Prime, like certain shipping set up. A lot of people don't have the patience to wait for the item to be shipped to them, especially if shipping is looking to be 3 to 5 days. I just ordered something, and I'm not going to even lie, I was a little bit upset about it, that it was talking about Friday to get here, and I had to pay extra for it to be shipped to me a lot sooner because I waited at the last minute for me to get it. But it's my fault that I waited right to the last minute, but I had to pay something extra because I waited at the last minute to get it. But sometimes that's not the case, And so if you have people complaining about the shipping cost or the shipping time, it comes with the negative feedback, and people will talk about that. They will use reviews to talk about the shipping. They will say, oh, the product is good, but it takes a long time to ship the product to you. And all I'm trying to say is there's a lot of dynamics that go into what Tabitha Brown consumers are asking for her to do. And I would just hope and pray that they will be patient with her and give her time to maybe transition into the things that they're asking for her to do. So I encourage you all to continue to ask Tabitha Brown the tough questions. Y'all ask the tough questions if you want to support Tabitha Brown. Don't just go in the comments tearing this woman down. Give her grace in this situation by hoping that she's going to make the right decision. And if she doesn't make the right decision, then you make a decision based on what she said. So this wraps up the solo episode of the R&B podcast. I am the R in the podcast, and my husband Breeze is the B in the podcast, and together we make up the R&B podcast. So I would like to end this episode with a Q&A, and my question to you all would be, are you able to wait patiently with Tabitha Brown for the next year to year and a half if she chooses to pull her products off the shelf? This means that you are still supporting her by visiting her website. If she have pop-up shops, you're supporting her and buying products from that particular place. And I'm going to be honest and say, I don't think a lot of people will. I think Tabitha will really have to work hard to stay in front of her audience like almost 24/7. That means being on social media every single day to encourage you as a consumer to buy her products, and not you just buying her product to support. And y'all, at the end of the day, that's a lot of work for any entrepreneur. So again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, y'all. Remember, you can always email us. We do have our email in the description box of this video. But we do love you guys, and we will talk to you in the next video.